Just letting you guys know you can listen to my No Bleeps podcast anywhere you stream podcasts or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the description. Now, before we get into anything, I want to let you guys know once again that my Sesh plush is still available on Makeship if you guys want to go and get one. It only takes 200 people to get Spilly in your hands, so guys, go get your girl. Hey guys, it's Spilly and welcome back to Sesh. Today we have got to talk about drama that's going on between James Charles and Tana Mongeau. Honestly, these two are hardly ever in drama together, but it's really crazy when they are because obviously it's gotta be juicy tea. So if you guys don't know, James and Tana used to be really close friends. They used to make videos together all the time. They have several collaborations together on both of their channels. And well, one day they just weren't friends anymore and people were just kind of like, when did that happen? If you guys remember, this topic of why they weren't friends kind of got brought up early in April. There was a insider journalist, Kat, who had tweeted out that she was going through old tweets of Tana's and noticed one that was in reply to Gage Gomez. Now, this correlates back to James Charles' Coachella 2019 Dramageddon. So James had brought a date to Coachella who was Gage, and James has gone on to several, different interviews and podcasts to say that Gage was cloud chasing off of him.
The Coachella thing that you were talking about earlier, like I talked to a guy for 7 months and he flew himself out to Coachella saying that he was curious or whatever and used me for followers the entire time. And like that ended up being like a public thing. And like that was really tough to deal with. And like now he has like almost 1 million followers on TikTok and is like here right now and is like going to all the parties and stuff and like nobody cares anymore.
And Gage was saying that from the very beginning, he had been very straightforward with James, saying that they were just friends and he didn't want anything more than that. Obviously, James's story is a little different and felt like Gage had used him and was only, talking to him and flirting with him because he wanted to go and be VIP at Coachella. Now, way back when all the drama was going down between Gage and James, Tana had actually tweeted out at Gage and said, "I watched you lead on and kiss my friend for a whole weekend, and when he realized you got scared and made a video lying and accusing him of being a legit, watching you lie like this and get away with it breaks my heart. He's a person too. You and I know the truth." And Tana was tweeting this in defense of James, obviously saying that her and James were friends. And at the time, Gage actually made a video talking about his experience at Coachella with James, but Tana has now retracted this statement and she feels completely differently and is actually friends with Gage Gomez. She replied to Kat, who recovered this tweet because Kat tweeted out, "Going back through the archives and my goodness, things have changed since May 2019. And Tana said, 100% manipulated and begged to tweet that. I was defending someone that was my friend at the time and believed them. Sad to see. I later reconciled with Gage and discussed it, apologized, heard his side of the story, and now I call him one of my closest friends. Things change." So clearly Tana saying that James manipulated her. And I made a video about this at the time when this whole thing came out. And now Tana and Gage are teaming up together in this TikTok to shade James Charles because, as we all know, James is going through a major scandal right now and everybody is looking at him like he has really, really messed up this time. And a lot of people just feel like he can't return from this. So Tana and Gage posted this TikTok where the caption is, "When the person we've hated forever is finally canceled." And oh my God, you guys. I mean, they're saying they hate James and everybody is totally shook by this. And the caption is, "If you know, you know, Gage Gomez." And obviously it's got to be James. Like, it's got to be James. There's only one person that the two of these people publicly have beef with, and it's James Charles. And I feel like people don't really know Gage aside from outside of the James Charles situation. So it's just pretty obvious. And a lot of people were wondering if this had to do with the Sienna drama that was going on. Tana clarified that this drama is most certainly about a boy. Someone commented, "Weren't you literally just with her?" And she replied, "No, it's about a guy, okay." which basically told everybody that Tana was indeed talking about James, because most of the comments were, it has to be James Charles 100%. And Gage even clarified that they were not in fact talking about Sienna, because he had commented, y'all, I don't even know Sienna. And later, Tana ended up clarifying that this whole thing was indeed about James Charles, or at least people feel like she has clarified, because she liked a comment that someone said, we all know it's about James Charles, Tana. And her liking that is extremely telling. I mean, this is something that they've both been probably waiting for to come out and talk about, the fact that they don't like James Charles. Although we've heard Tana tweet out that she felt manipulated by James at one point in time, I don't think either one of them could have made this TikTok without getting massive amounts of hate a couple months ago, because people were still looking at James as this person who had been through Dramageddon and their reputation couldn't be damaged. They had been through so much, leave James alone. People would have completely come for Tana and Gage if they had put this out a while ago. But now the times are changing and people are opening their eyes to James Charles, and obviously Tana's taking full advantage, and she honestly has been for the last couple of months. She's been opening up about her experiences with other influencers. She's been opening up about how she has had to work with people she didn't like. Obviously now she's opening up about James. It's all just so crazy. Whether it's like Twitter likes or on TikTok, she seems to not be holding back anymore when it comes to spilling the tea on influencers. And that's crazy. It's just, there were a lot of comments of people saying, oh, Tana should be like a tea channel now. She should be like Trisha, but I can't even imagine how messy that would be. It's already so messy, so I can't imagine it getting any messier for Tana. But I mean, I'm pretty sure she liked the comment, so we will have to see what other stuff she is about to spill, because I know she has got to know a couple things about everything that's gone on. This whole thing is a mess. But as for James, he has not said anything about this. I think if James were to actually see this, he would be absolutely furious, because James is still under the impression that he was used to get VIP tickets when Gage went with him to Coachella. Gage has been a topic of conversation for James a lot, where he has still spoken negatively about him in that entire experience. And so I don't think that James would love this at all. And for them to be like celebrating his cancellation definitely has to hurt him. It definitely has to hurt him. Even though he has been acting like nothing has been going on, life is normal, happy as ever, on vacation, celebrating his birthday, posting on Instagram. Even though he's been doing all of that, I think posts like these are the ones that like get under his skin the most, because people that he knows and people that he used to be friends with are the ones saying like they're happy to see him fall. They're happy to see him no longer be this successful person anymore, which has gotta feel really bad. And maybe that will be like the wake-up call to him that, hey, you need to get your stuff together, because people are seeing what you're doing and seeing what you're posting, and it is not okay. And although there's people around him, like we talked about Gabriel Zamora out here filming podcast episodes, just talking about James, supporting James, still praising James, saying that they believe James and that James was just lied to. He's not seeking out these problematic situations on his own. It's people like that that are going to have James believing that he is not in the wrong for the situation. The situation is going to blow over. He's going to be able to come back. It's that mentality that everybody is like, wait, hold up. I don't think we're ready for James to come back if he isn't going to fully take accountability and he isn't going to properly address the situation. If he just comes back and is like, hey sisters, like let's do a makeup tutorial, I think people are going to have some questions for him. And I'll definitely be curious to know if celebrities are going to continue to work with James Charles, because a lot of celebrities have been working with James Charles in the last year to film collaborations together, whether it is they are releasing a new song, a show, whatever it is. They've been going on James's channel and filming with him, and if there's something going on with James, they are not going to want to go on his platform and promote their stuff looking like they are supporting him. So this could greatly impact James and his channel way more than it already has. So I'm definitely curious to know what you guys think about all of that. What do you guys think about Tana calling out James? I think that is just so crazy. It's a little unexpected, honestly. And for her to do with Gage, even though I knew her and Gage were friends, a lot of people were very shook by this. I mean, very shook. They hadn't heard about Gage since the Coachella incident, so it's insane. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.